Hi, I'm Kunali from Paper Tales by Kunali, and today I'm going to be teaching you all how to make this lovely butterfly right here. As you can see, it has plenty of elements, different styles of quilling, and I'm going to teach you all of those, and then at the end we'll learn how to assemble this. So let's start. So for this butterfly we're going to need glue, tweezers, your quilling tools, and lots of colorful strips of paper. Let's begin. So let's start with this central theme first, this central element, this black body of it, and for that you're going to require 3 strips of paper, 3 different colored strips of paper. So one black, one brown, and one gray. And let's stick them together and start our quilling. So I've taken these 3 strips of paper and we'll start sticking them together. So the black one we are going to leave outermost. We'll stick the brown to it. And the gray strip to the brown one. So we'll go darker and towards the lightest. If you don't have brown or gray, you can stick with black. That works too. I just like adding a little more shade to my creations. That's the reason I use different colors. So now we're going to start rolling this. So we'll start rolling this with my battery operated tool. If you don't have this, you can use your regular quilling tool. If you want to see how I use my regular quilling tool or tweezers, go to the first episode in this series. I've taught exactly how to do it, and it's very simple. So once we've put this strip in the slit, we'll start rolling. You hold on to it and you finish rolling it. Now, as I had shown you earlier, we use our tweezer and we tighten the roll. So once it's tight, nice and tight, you start unfurling it. And while unfurling, you decide how long you want the body to be. So I am going to go about 1.5 inch wide. So this much and a little longer. That's it. And now we're going to stick this. Apply a bit of glue. And press down on it, or press it down with your tweezer. Now you unfurl it properly. So give it a little bit of help. And you keep adjusting the curls, the rolls. You adjust it in a way that almost every segment is similar. It has the same difference between each and every segment of this. And you put the stuck portion, I've stuck it over here, you put the stuck portion at the bottom or on the sides. So if you do this often, this will become almost second nature, the adjustment portion of this rolls, and it really helps in our final piece. It looks much more finished, it looks much more good and nice to look at, you know. So you start pinching like this, and we'll make it into a long shape, and on top also just pinch it, and there we have it. Our body is almost ready. Now what we have to do is we have to apply glue all over, and this will happen on both the sides. So once you apply glue, you push it down with your fingers. That's it. For now, we're going to leave this aside to dry, and it's going to dry out well. So leave it aside to dry, and we'll start working on our wings. Now for that, another thing that I do is I always keep a wet wipe or a wet towel with me, and we'll wipe our fingers continuously so that there's no glue left on our fingers, so that it doesn't touch every other thing that we touch, right? Now we'll start with these wings. So I'll show you how these are made. So for this, we're going to take, so we are taking 3 strips of paper together, and we're going to roll it. Now once again, the lightest color remains inside and the darker colors move on outside. So you apply glue, to the yellow strip of paper, stick the orange with it, now since my strips are smaller in size than the regular strips that you get outside, that is the reason I have to keep sticking strips together. All my strips are 12 inches in height and between 3 and 4 millimeters wide. The ones you get outside are usually 16 or 18 inches in height. So if you don't want to go through the process of this sticking, the lengthy process of sticking, you can just, you know, use one strip. But I also like the fact that I can use multiple colors and it turns out to be really pretty. So I prefer using multiple colors for my work. Now I've stuck 3 strips of paper together, and once again we're going to start rolling. So you got this lovely color, shaded, and I like my butterflies to be really colorful. That's the reason I look at different shades. So I like the whimsical part of this, I like the very colorful part for my butterflies. Now what we do is we'll unfurl it. Once again we're unfurling it, to about 1.5 inch width. So over a period of time, with practice, you will get the hang of how big your wings or how big your petals you want them to be, and you will get a hang of estimating how big your rolls need to turn up. So accordingly, you'll use those many strips or that length of a strip of paper. So now we've unfurled this, and this is what we are left with. Now we also have to work with something else. So as you can see, this wing has a center in it. So we're going to work on that center first. So for that, I've taken a blue strip of paper, and we want it to contrast. That's the reason we're taking another color altogether, and we're going to quill it. You start rolling it, and once again, without fail, tighten it up. If you're doing this with your regular quilling tool, the non-mechanized one, you won't need to do this constantly. So you unfurl it a bit, unfurl it to about a centimeter wide. This is it, and we're going to apply glue right here. Always just a little dab of glue, not a lot. Make sure about that, and tighten it with a tweezer. Now once again, we'll unfurl it properly, adjust the strips, adjust the roll as we want it, and pinch it on the side, and we are left with this lovely teardrop shape. Now what we'll do is we'll cover this teardrop with a brown strip of paper. So we want this to stand apart, and hence we're covering with a brown or a darker strip of paper. So you apply glue, and we'll make 2 rolls around it, 2 turns of the brown strip of paper. So that's one, and we continue with another one. Cut it off with your fingers. Apply a bit of glue and make sure it's stuck well, and this is what you're left with. And now we're going to work putting this within this. Now once again, you take a darker strip of paper, either a black or a brown. Keep it aside for you to use when it's necessary. Now we'll take this and we'll adjust the rolls. Always adjust, always adjust. This will come naturally after a point of time. You won't even have to think about it, and you'll just start adjusting after you see the results. So we've adjusted this well. Now what we'll do is we'll hold it like this. So the stuck portion is over here on the side, as you can see, and we'll press it down like so. So we're left with this on the sides. You hold this like so, and you apply a bit of glue here. Now you put this over here, and you press this around it. And this is what you're left with. It looks really cool, nice colors, and a lovely burst of blue right in the center. Now what we'll do is, this is a little extra, and that's no problem at all. We'll just cut it off, and we'll apply glue over here, and we'll stick our black strip of paper around it. So you can choose either a black or a brown. It completely depends on you. If you have a darker shade in any other color, if you are averse to using black, you can also use that one. And we'll round it twice. So that's one, and another round around it, and that's two. apply glue at the end. And you're left with this lovely wing, part of one single wing. Now you can either pinch it on the side or leave it blunt, however you like, and this is what you're left with. We are going to shape the wings later on, so we'll keep this aside. Create 2 of these, so another one on the other side, and we'll work on the other part of the wing, this one. Now for this I have chosen, so I'm making a different butterfly because I've already made this in this color, so I've chosen another butterfly style. So I'm going to show you different colors for those. So this is light blue and a little bit of teal blue and darker blue. So for this other wing, I'm choosing an orange and a dark pink and grey. So once again, nice colors to work with, and we're going to cover it once again with a black strip of paper at the end. So let's work on this wing. For this one, we're going with an inch wide and stick it at the end. Apply a dab of glue, tighten it with your tweezer. We've got our black strip handy. For this, we are not using any center, we're leaving it as it is. Adjust, and hold this properly and press it in like so. This is what you're left with. And what you could do is you could use your tweezer and push it in like this. Pinch on both the sides. Apply a bit of glue. Press down. Apply a bit of glue on the sides. Another round. Cut it off. Bit of glue. Bring it together. Now this is a little wonky. So what we'll do, we'll use our tweezer and we'll push it like this, and this will bring up straight. And this is what we are left with. And this goes right here. Now there's this one. So for this, I've used a light yellow strip of paper and a darker yellow strip of paper. Two of these and a bit of black around it. So now we'll take these stick them together. Apply glue, and there we have it, a lovely part of a wing ready. Now once again, as usual, this is very important, clean up your hands, and we'll work on the last wing, last part of the wing. This one is going to be, for the new butterfly, it's going to be blue in color, teal blue, and we'll also add a bit of color to it. So we'll take up a little bit of orange, and a little bit of brown. You can stay with either black or brown, it completely depends on you. Once again, let's start rolling. Flash of orange around the blue, looks really gorgeous when you see it. And now we'll move on to assembling all of this together and creating our main butterfly. So you need double of all of this. Look at how pretty the colors are, they're really gorgeous and they look really nice. And when I see them live, they're looking really gorgeous. So what we do is, now we need to make the antenna for our body, our butterfly's body. So now it's all stuck up well, see, you can see that. And now let's work on the antenna. For that end, I'm taking a black strip. What we do is we fold it in half. So this is a 12-inch strip of paper. We're folding it to half to 6 inches, and we're going to use half of our brown strip. And that one was a shorter one. So we've got a brown strip of paper. Leave it here. And so we need this to become a little thicker because this is really floppy. So we will apply glue, thin strip. So you apply a bit of glue. You take your half brown strip of paper and put it down. Make sure it's stuck well. press down on it properly, and now see, now it's much more stiff, right? So that is what we are looking at. And as you know, I always like adding a little bit of color even to the most simplest of places. That's the reason I'm using two different colors. You can go for one, that's fine. So my glue is popping out low over here also. Now we'll press this down and we'll stick this. Press down on it. Make sure all the glue gets out if there is any extra glue. Once it's nice and dry, and it's now, we'll take our body and we'll fold this in half and we'll stick it like so. You can leave this like this or roll it into a curl like this. So for this I'm leaving it like this, so both our butterflies look a little different. If you want to learn how to curl it, all you have to do is take your tweezer and twirl it towards you on both the sides. That's it. It's as simple as that. Now we're left with this. Now let's put our butterfly wings together. So I've already made wings. Now let's give them shapes. So for shaping it, what we do is we hold this in the hand and pinch it like so. So we've got this pinch, and now we'll shape it like this. Give it a bit of curve so it's pointing upwards, and this will stay on top over here. We'll do the same thing with this. One done. For this one, let's push this also on the top, like so. So this will stick to this. And this will look like this. Now for the bottom ones, what we do is we curve them downwards. So you hold it like this and curve it downwards. 1, and 2. Now this is my style of doing this. You can try and do something completely different, however you like it. And this I'm going to leave it as it is, so this stays like so. And now let's stick all these 4 segments together. So this one goes up like this. And this is what we get. Now we'll allow this to dry and do the other side. Like this. But when something like this happens, there's very little space where it's stuck, so I prefer sticking it like this or like this. So right now I'm going this way, and let's stick. This is how a lovely colorful butterfly is ready in just a few steps. You can adjust it however you want till it dries. So push it well. Make sure it's stuck well. And what we can do is we can push it like this while it's still wet to give it a nice 3D effect. This takes a little extra while, so you'll have to be patient and keep pressing down on it for at least about 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that it stays up like this. So it gives you this nice 3D effect. So this is how we make our lovely colorful butterfly. So we've created 2 different styles. See, this is stuck completely. This I've left a little bit of space. You can decide how you like it. And I hope you like this idea. I hope you give it a chance. And let me know how you like it. And thank you very much for watching. And see you in my next video. Bye-bye till then. So if you like this idea, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Share it with a few of your friends who might be interested. And also I'm coming up with a quilling style which is completely my own, and there'll be proper projects even better than these ideas which I'm sharing with you, and they'll be on a subscription model. I'll keep you all updated and keep seeing you around. Bye bye.